Alright, I did a little bit of leveling. I'm 73 now. If you hear some background noise, that's just how it's gonna be. Otherwise I'll never get this story done. So, what is it you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To the end, we desire entry to Ligia. What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that is what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, let's just speak with the others. You've cleverly been busy, Orianger. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? Stuff. So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady, by circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler, Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into the new Light Warden. Now their king only a name, not remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove each into a different relic, to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course. Custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way we get to watch what happens. Of course you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fwath, the stone scepter is with the new Mao, and the crystal shoes are with the Amuro. Good luck finding them all. Sounds like a game? The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fwath. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water, we are come with an entreaty. It's like a Stargate. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But in the FFXIV are water spirits. Perhaps we should take our search into the lake? I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. I'm not gonna get him out of those clothes. Well, we all know Fancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Fancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Orangey? I'm not sure if I've ever asked. Suspense. I just downloaded it. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Orangey? That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. A watery voice says, Well, well, aren't you a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals. What a treat. I, my comrades and I, on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course. You may have it, you shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh, no need to be so suspicious. Crown simply doesn't mean that much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. For we, FFXIV, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Just look into my water. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither to our domain. Dohn mheg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through. Give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown. Hey! Second dungeon. And if we can take friends, I feel like we don't have to. This might be faster. So pretty. Alright, blind, run. I can't protect anybody. Very cool. Very pretty. Love the kitsch, as they say. Thought that was a dragon. Tank doesn't seem to be taking any damage. Basket butt. Zoom in here. Ooh, too close. Ah, finally. That's a lot of grunting. Pretty butterfly. Don't want to see the basket guy. He has no eyes. Wow. Love it. Now you see, I used a card and my Sun Moon did not go up because it feels like, of course it's not a bug, right? You have to, if you're an astrologian, you need 3 different types, half moon, full moon, and the sun, in order to do your 6% up buff. However, see, I just did a half moon. You have to like be engaged Oh, he messed it up. That, and then you forget. Sun is the orange and green card, I think. Maybe I should look. Yeah. I made myself paranoid. Leaf bridges. Perfect. Better than dirt. Oh, it's a tree puppy. Growl. Sort of like Gridania, only brighter. Intercept the tethers. Let me waste time typing. Saplings. I feel like something happened, but I don't know. This is stuff and kill. Tree dog. Try to mount that. Kill myself. This person does not kill themselves. Get him, I guess. Boiling ivy. Buglings. I'm gonna guess you die. Yeah, I know, but he's almost dead, so that could have been bad if it was. I got big, now I'm little. I see. Now I'm blind. I'm guessing Orange would be doing something pretty fancy right now if I had taken the NPC route. Welcome to our humble palace. This guy from the tinier version of the one we used to at one dungeon, who is a mini boss. And when that dungeon first came out, he actually, when he said he was gonna push, he'd pull you, and it was random. It was wrong. And they had to go back in there and fix that. It happened in the one dungeon though. Oh, what is it? The one we all do at the very end of... that we're all doing. The fight, the war. When he'd punch the floor and he'd say he's going to the right, he'd go to the left and people would die all the time because he was not going the right direction. And they had to go back in and fix his directions. Guess I can put a star here, just for fun. I know, why not just flip the star off, right? What? You know, even if your cards, because it's certain people, they get 6% DPS bonus thing. Even if you miss, it's still 4%. So usually the tank takes the 6%. So yeah, why not? And these guys, this guy was an end boss in one of the previous fights. Turned into Mama. I don't mind the mini used. I don't blame them, especially when you only do a dungeon like very, very few often. Very seldom. Ooh. As we fall through it. If only we were salmon. I bet I know who would love this dungeon. They would love if the boss was a salmon. Ooh. It says skinny tadpole, manly tadpole, humanly tadpole. Tall. Alright, we have our 6% up. And watch for Imp Choir and Toad Choir. There was also an amphibian dungeon before this. The imp face away from him. For imp face away from him. For Toad, don't be in front of him. Imp look at him, you'll get transformed. Toad be behind, Imp look away. Imp look away. I should never be in front. I was too slow. Oh, that's also a savage mechanic. Older savage mechanic. Now we have to, are you serious? Oh my god, could we fall? I'm scared. Can we fall? I'm tempted to jump just to see what happens. Is it timed? Am I gonna fall? I looked away. I'm too distracted. Oh no, I'm just realized I'm the healer. I forgot. For a moment. Oh! Weird. I'm alive. What? I'm so confused. What's he doing? Why is everyone like invisible to me? Oh! Oh my! What happened to me? He was so cute. Oh, he's that guy now. Oh no! Don't spit on me! Oh, vomit! Also, that was a 24-man raid boss. Squad? Will start this? I don't want this. Oh, more vomit! Oh, more vomit! Now you know. Crippling blow sounds bad. Wow, I can't believe it let me live. It shouldn't let me live, it should start over. Virtuosic Capriccio. Oh, what happened? Something's happening. Oh! I have this out while he's doing that. Please don't do anymore. Okay, check. I know, I keep saying that. Imp, obviously. You just have to look the eye. That's obvious. Toad, don't be in front of him. That's from Hallie something. Fudge nuts. Fudge nuts. It's all easy. That's all easy at the beginning of the end. Tripping motor gonna hurt him. Not really. I'm gonna look so bad here, but I'm gonna publish this anyway because it's so much funner being blind in a video game. I guess I'll just do that, I guess. Wait. Leave my stars. See how I feel about that. Toad. Oh no, Hallie, I used to run through her. Mother of pearl, look at that. I was not in it. I was so not in that. That's a sack of baloney. Stop giving me the wrong card. 77 seconds. So you can only like use that once, maybe twice in a fight. That's why it's silly, because it's only AoE 6%. Well, next time I will do better. Cafe Guillotine. Thanks for coming in the cutscene for me. We're still there. I think my dark weapon is 400, but the thing is, I accidentally sold some of my 400 gear, so alright. Awkward noob leaving thing. No one remember my name.
Well fought, well fought!
Bravo!
Amazing! Jolly good show!
Oh, you do not hold back! But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More! I want to see more of her!
Yes! Yes! I could watch her forever!
Why don't we just make her one of us?
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Nah, bro. That's not how I play.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you! Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can. I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwaath is do not deal with the Fwaath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder... I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Hey. They tried to drown me, but it's okay, I can breathe underwater. Dear gods, were it not for Serban's blessing, I need not labor the point. I am glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were to wash up on the shore when to find you weren't with us? I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Floth kept that part of the bargain, at least. That's right, your majesty. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Sul-Un, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching into mheg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Whoa! Rather the reverse, I fear. The Omoran army, I guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you'd like, but just be sure I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphanot is coming, then Alize will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. Alright. Just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunting in your hands. Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before. Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. But you're just worried about me dying and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. And now you're like, you're okay on your own. A little rude. Or 3, 4 of us now? With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the 2 remaining bearers of the relics, the New Mao are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path will lead us past my dwellings. Let us away. Past yonder cliff lieth Pla-Eni, home of the Numao. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let's follow. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, it is because it was once a mountain trail. Doesn't this remind you of that place in Idleshire, or Idleshire itself? For where the lake now lieth there was a valley, and whose midst thrived the city of Vovert. 'Twas only when the Floth came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flock. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world that it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked in this great. Unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, I'm full glad am I for the chance to be here. Sorry for the background noise. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Ophelia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no 8th umbral calamity to forestall, it seemed only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words all convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promise to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, doubt not but that we shall prevail. Aha, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to fight. We do not appear to be pixies of Lida Lorraine. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Perhaps another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Tee. Teleportation magic. For mercy, we were not sent far from our course. But where are we? Should the pixies find us again, however, they'll most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak. 'Tis called a most ingenious magic, which rendereth one invisible to fey folk, albeit briefly. Why haven't we been doing this in the first place? I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, so only serve to give thy presence away. Okay. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee once more. The effect is quick to fade. Oh. I guess that's it. Where am I going? That is the teeny tiniest dot ever. Can I sprint? Yes. This reminds me a lot of Tire. I mean, definitely different, but just like if you just look right here. Dravenesian, you know, that area. Teeny tiny cave, of course. I assumed you were right behind us, what took you so long? Dude. I see, yes. I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. Another good news, the Numal village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Orion J leaves to join us. It's dark in here. A mole girl. Hi, mole girl. Ah! Mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! Bye. Come back. I thought you said the new Mao were men's best friends. Poor thing was beside itself with fear. It was beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. Whoa. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Wid Inc. Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the new Mao. The stone scepter? You mean to lift the seal over Lygia? That is unacceptable! Unacceptable, I tell you. The king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we new Mao have called this land home since immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they became corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Just hand over the damn staff. Easily said for one who hasn't experienced the king's wrath. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the self-same desire to see the sin-eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done right by us, Orange. You have placed your faith in this woman, even so shall we. What you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the sin-eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. That's not going to make me wait till tomorrow, is it? We don't have a turn of the moon, unless you want to debate this with the Ulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce your request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter, while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? Ah! You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair, unfair, I tell you. In happier times is our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Vobert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. For so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Orange, I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while, and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Will you offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps we can begin with Marnos. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Vobert. With the Knights gone, however, Marnos has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. I thought we weren't supposed to move. Doing errands. I'm really good at doing errands. Marin Os. 1,182. 1,183. 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Ah! Who? What? Where? Wait! You're immortal! Huzzah! Huzzah! Well met! Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right numero. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. I actually really needed an armor mender like 30 minutes ago. That's okay. Ah, you returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. I got 2. You said 2. Huzzah! 2 moss fungus legs, as befits the work. Ah, to have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide, there's no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what is worth. Too little means you belittle your ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You have given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see, though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I am pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin, which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. You give me money to fix mine. Marin Os's shop is open for business. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest East Gif yonder. Can you guys buy a vowel when making up these names? Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe East Gif will have something to offer you. Ah. Gotcha. More stuff. Ring coffer. His eyes light up when he sees you. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once, this is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you'll be curious as to what I have to offer. I'm a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. You've already removed the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. I wasn't spying on you or anything. I just finished my task, and I should go back and report back. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? What? Excellent. Well, no more poisonous spores irritating our noses for a little while, at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day. I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Ligia. The Bobertites built it, and they named it Grunus Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against sin eaters, and now they're gone, all of them, nobles and knights, common folk alike. But enough reminiscing, I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I'd be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider Wood Lad? He's been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer him up. Wood Lad's ears appeared droopy even by mouse standards. I was actually thinking that. Like he had some spacers. What? You'd be my... What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink. Without it, I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Numo, like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I'll consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Excuse me, Mud, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you and help in what little way I can. You're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I'd be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those pneumo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe. I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha Reng together. To the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the pneumo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Mercy, Your Majesty, we had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Are you able to retrieve it? It's motor 6, right on him. That's 6. Ha! Yes, this is the ink. Almost all of it too. And our king spoke to me. My day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it, because the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is the desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for uniting me with my ink. You did exactly what I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you well. 3 etherite tickets? Wood Lad looks a satisfied new Mo. Ah, there's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Wick Inc. returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. Nutbig. Ah, there you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that you have my thanks. Now then, you'll be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you'd go gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania or Titania, neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we've decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it, the stone scepter of the Numo. This makes 3 relics. One more and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards to your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, rose as ruler of all Fey folk to bring order to our righteous kind. In our turn, we Fey folk render our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might further be empowered. Though they are become a sin eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Them? Oh dear, is there anything else we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I'll next have the chance. We would see that you were comfortable, and of course, we would make sure that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Hehehe. Oi! Honestly, I look away for one moment and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mine. Do you hear? Not yours, not the Froth's, and anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish they hadn't. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amoro's safekeeping at their settlement, Wollockdorf. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered, owing to a peculiarity. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered, Owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have the Fey folk. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Wollendorf, seek out the largest of the Amuro. His name is Seto, and he is the leader and bearer of the relic. An enormous Amuro slumbers peacefully. Sato. It's like a pop quiz. Ardbert? Oh, forgive me, I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you aright? You desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Light Warden. No. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts. Tis harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. And little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think, and there is no sure way than to speak with its members. In such wise, you'll come to understand Seto's reasons for refusing us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may be yet persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amuro and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of a greeting. Go touch birds. I thought only the big one could talk. Well now, it is not often that we are visited by men, much less unglamoured ones. What brings you so far from your own kind? I actually am glamoured. Thank you very much. Oh. / pet. Krr, ah, how long it's been since I last felt man's touch. I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Vobert, of noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the sin eaters. Though he is long departed, I remained in this land out of respect for his memory. Oh, it tickles enough. Never had a master, I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amuro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all of us mindless beasts, But then a mage of Aranka gave us the gift of intelligence so we might better serve our masters. After that empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in it. If we live long enough amongst men, the seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst things. So it was with me, though I had never had a master, as I told you. Girl, what's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the faithfolk. But then we are faithfolk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amuro, I take it. Oh, I gotta pet it. And thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare and not scorn that Sato seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Over and over and over. Might I prevail upon thee to confer with Sato in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, but it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth the most. Tell me thy many great deeds. Spoken in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren. Then you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us, even once, fills our heart with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. I'll win, don't worry. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the faithfolk to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price, not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? To save the world. What did you say? Come again? The very words, could it be mere coincidence? Very well, you may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends, that you may slay them. I will use my voice to lure out the Sin Eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. Ready then. Very well. a lot of them. Ready then? Very well. Those weren't mine, just the bears. Oh. So I have to start over? Why did he go away? Made short work of those creatures, I will not deny it. I've seen enough. Let us return to Luckdorf. By the ease with which you slew those sin-eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think, and if you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you. Level 74. Now, probably wouldn't be 74, but like I said, before you didn't need to do any kind of grinding to get your level, but now you do. This is not a test of your strength, but personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin-eaters who had wandered into mheg. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was the Longmere Lake. We Amuro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Foyth, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you'll be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I'll accept that it has gone forever. What? You're using somebody? Well, I'm trying to... save the world and stuff. Ah, you returned. How fared your search? 1 gold medallion. May I have the shoes, please?
Ah, my medallion! Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again. When I was young. In those days, I could not speak. But we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure, fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy.
Aww.
His name was Ardbert, and he was my friend.
Ardbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood. Him and his comrades. Some few spoke up for them, of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
I'm sure he knows how you feel.
You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due, perhaps, to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbird's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Has something happened at Leader Loran?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in mheg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success.
So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Minfilia. You'll only get on the foot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
The gate has recognized that you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle, confront Titania, and being bereft of reason and mercy. It is sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it is you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling, though we Fae folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not. Come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. The Dancing Plague, now accessible. This is my first The Dancing Plague run. This is Titania, or Titania. I have no idea what it's about. Well, it's about this lady, of course. And so, let's see if I can even get in. I think everyone's already done it by now. Like I said, I love doing blind runs. We'll figure it out. Really fast queue, but I'm also a healer. It's an 8-man person. And I know that there's an extreme version of this. And that I will be farming it. This is where our new weapons, I believe, are coming from. Now, if only that tank would hit okay. Hopefully this will go well. Who goes there? Are you the one who broke the seal? Light Warden Titania. She doesn't look like a Light Warden. Ah, so much time lost, so much frolicking and feasting left undone. I feel like my sound is on. It's just really quiet. Or
the night is bright and you can
I guess
sleep
that sound
when
does
you're
work.
dead.
Oh, so many people to card. Phantom Room. Maybe. Learned this spell. Sexual intersection.
Wait.
Mystery. idea what this is. For sure.
When you play with fire.
That didn't do anything. Oh, it's a fist.
We're sick of this cramped old castle. Let's play in the forest.
I need a card. Yay! This is just an old mechanic, so you know to stand at the intersection. Take the lid off first. One minute. Short time. Sorry, talking to somebody. Oh, I forgot I wanted the sun. Dang it. How would I do it? There's a bubble there. Okay. Ah. Forget it. Peach blossom, puff, and mustard seed. That's sucking mustard seed. This way. Oh, that's it. Turn. Used to having 8 people and only a few cards.
Grow, my lovelies, grow!
I wonder how many of these people have done this before and are just
Bigger's better!
doing a trial roulette. That's why I'm avoiding trial roulette. It's over here. Yes? Look at it or away from it? Doesn't matter. Letting people die is not looking around. Not good.
like the leaves on the grass. This is so much fun! Let's play some more.
I am. Don't judge. I'm not used to raiding. This job is a new job for me. Not that this is a raid, obviously. But that's we still have to be in the puddles. Phantom Room. There's 2 stars. Does it reach all the way? Yeah. Pink Buster. I'll stand in my stall. So my guess is either naturally these people are pretty awesome, we haven't gotten to the hard part, or C, it's just not that hard. I should have healed. I need a half moon. Oh. So, phase 2. Just kidding.
No more.
The king was actually a queen? Yeah. Yeah, I bet you guys those guys have done it a few times. I've heard of people having a lot of trouble getting through that, and my first time as astrologian healing it, a little klutzy, but that wasn't hard at all.
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak. The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose. For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king. The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place. However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do.
I feel that she wants to be king. I feel this is a trap.
My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind. Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead.
But hey, maybe I want to be king for like 50 years. Maybe that's how I want to go out. I gotta see this outfit though. Ooh, lovely.
Kinla, Ilichla, Ilmek, Okbra. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
Confound it! How did they get here so fast?
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
How in the seven hells?
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
How are we invisible? I thought that's an XR only spell.
Hurts, it hurts.
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
I see.
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to your moor. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life? If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Fool! Defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Look! The sky!
She's done it. The Warrior of Darkness has triumphed.
General? What are our orders? What do we do?
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the Warrior of Darkness.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
That explains the bushes.
What? What's happening? Water? That wasn't there before. Ah!
Orwa I kansasi, orwa I kinsi.
Help me! What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it! General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat!
All who stand with the Warrior of Darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Feaul volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Feaul, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wish to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of mheg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength, in return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call.
I will be sad to lose. I liked having a little best friend.
Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side. Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would your isnnefis.
Ne'er for a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe, yet the majesty of thine achievement delighteth me nonetheless. Night hath returned to mheg, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom, and averting the 8th umbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fey folk put the Omorans to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. Ah, but what valuable allies they might prove were the mood only to take them. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing, you have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. This time we were going together, needless to say. To the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fey folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmar's attention, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for all of us when I say that I had a belly full of mheg. Let us away, for the fairies think to play with us again. And if you didn't know, this is your main scenario, so if you ever get lost, you just click this, and underneath it is actually your job quest, and I need to go do a job quest to get more spells or whatever it is. And if you don't see this, you go to your main menu, go over here to HUD, click that, and it's going to be in there.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmar was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity... I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Gaius spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply... infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, Might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later refreshed and ready for more. I hope the past few days have not been overtaxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the Flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett's Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said... Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the Flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear. You mean Seto? Well, that's... I suppose you're right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big, and he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.